you love watching real estate TV shows like I do, like $1 Million Listing and Selling Sunset, it's so much fun, right? Because you get so invested in, they're making so much money. It's so glamorous, but it's not like that at all. It's so not like that at all. And I just kind of want to discuss that because I want to bring everybody back to reality and talk about, if you are actually interested in getting into real estate, what aspects of that are actually true and what are really false and just made for reality TV. So the thing that makes it obvious that they're not even really talking about, and maybe sometimes they do talk about, but we deal with everyday real estate, is super demanding clients. I mean, they show some of these demanding clients on TV, but what they're not showing you on the back end is the actual transaction part of getting them under contract and the difficulties of getting them there. And sometimes just people being rude to you and maybe being short, and how you just have to handle that. I mean, I've had clients that have talked to me in a way that, you know, it's so shocking and you just can't believe somebody would be that disrespectful. And, you know, sometimes you have to consider actually leaving this deal on the table because you just don't want to be mistreated. Or are you going to go through and just make the best of it, you know, because at the end of the day, there's money at the end of the table, you know? So I think they're leaving these super huge gaps. And I mean, it is reality TV, but all the stressful stuff of the transaction and dealing with all of that. And they're just kind of showing up in beautiful suits and driving nice cars, but that's not all of it. You know, the second part is that they flash this like flashy commission on screen. And yes, in reality, that is the total commission that the broker might get. Let's say it's $100,000 because they're selling $1 million properties. But in these states, like where they're filming in California and New York, usually their commission is a guaranteed like 50% split. So you can immediately say that they're now making $50,000. Now you're not accounting for the other agents that might have been a part of the deal that made a small cut, their transaction coordinators, their assistants, other people helping them along the way, the marketing. I mean, look at these parties and these events they're throwing. They're paying for that out of their own pockets. So now they made, you know, it went from 100,000 to 50,000 to plus or minus another maybe 20,000. So yeah, ultimately that's awesome. They're making $30,000, but it's not the flashy $100,000 that they're kind of implying that it is. And I think that's important to remember because you don't want to get caught up in that and be like, I'm going to get my real estate license tomorrow, and then realize it just doesn't work like that. Also, you have to consider the people you're working with, right? So in one transaction, you might be dealing with literally 5 to 10 different people on any given transaction. So you're dealing with the buyer's agent, the listing agent, lenders, title companies, and then each of those people have assistants and they have transaction coordinators and people that are helping along the way, plus the buyers and sellers themselves. So there's like all these different personalities being mixed in. And truth be told, there is a way to do real estate, but I've also seen everybody kind of do their own version of that, right? So in every transaction, I'm not kidding you, there is an agent that does it different than the next. And because we're all independent contractors, unless we're technically doing something illegal or doing something really wrong, there's like, what are we going to do about it? We just all have to push through. And really the challenges in real estate are dealing with these multiple personality types and being able to stay calm, to get through the transaction, because, you know, honestly, you're probably not going to run into these people again unless you're doing multiple deals with this one agent. But there's just so many real estate agents that you may or may not run into them for a year or two, which is probably for the best. You know, and really learning how to deal with these strong personalities, dealing with these difficult people can be really challenging as a real estate agent. I mean, it can make you feel sometimes defeated. But on the contrary, just as difficult as some transactions are, you'll have a deal smooth and everybody's so kind to work with and it's so easy that it does make up for those really bad times. But I'm just guaranteeing you that you're literally going to have every other deal pretty much like that. And so when you kind of go into that knowing that this is just the way it is, it's kind of unpredictable, but also you're not going to be dealing with these people all the time, right? You're going to have different people coming in and going out, and so it allows you not to have to worry about it so much. So I think when you're really watching this reality show, as much as they are fun to get swept away in the idea of these fancy lifestyle, there's that whole transactional part that we all have to remember that is in real estate. So if you're really wanting to make a career change and move into real estate, it is possible to be like those agents. It's possible to do that. You just have to remember that it comes with good and bad aspects of it. And also, if you want to follow me outside of this, I talk about a lot of topics on content, on creative entrepreneurship and mindset and real estate. So you can also follow me at Angela Young on other platforms so you can continue to grow and learn in real estate.